So the first principle is blood sugar matters, calories don't. And when you look through the lens of food from blood sugar, how do I put combination of food together to keep my blood sugar stable? How do I eat foods that keeps my blood sugar down and I don't end up with these huge blood sugar spikes? If we look at it from that lens, calories don't matter and you will not gain weight. I have seen it over and over and over again that the minute I can take your focus and I can put it over on blood sugar, now you literally can have your cake and eat it too. Because the combination of foods matters, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Like you can take a carbohydrate and put it with a fat, and you won't increase, you don't have a blood sugar spike. And if there's no blood sugar spike, then there's no insulin required from the pancreas. And if there's no insulin required, then we don't end up in insulin resistance. So when we look through the lens of blood sugar, we start to see we have more options. We have more flexibility. And when we have more flexibility and options within our food, we can sustain that. And so what I saw with Fast Like a Girl was so many of you went into this fasted state, pulsing into it, and then you cleaned up the metabolic system. And the people that got the best results with what I taught in Fast Like a Girl, when they switched back into their eating window, they started to notice that they were not gaining weight. And I think I've told this story 1,000 times, but if this is new to you, when I first started teaching this metabolic switch within my clinic, what I noticed was that people would go on vacation and they would come back in and they would say to me, "Oh my God, you have no idea how much I ate on vacation that was wrong, but I came home and I didn't gain a pound." And that's because I taught them the metabolic switch and how to eat to keep their blood sugar stable and how to tap into the fasted state so that they could keep bringing down the stored glucose and keep getting rid of any glucose that's been stored in fat and make their cells insulin sensitive again. So I really want you to get this because it's freedom. It's food freedom when you just say, I'm not going to look at calories. I'm going to look at everything that I eat through the lens of what is it doing to my blood sugar. As we speak right now, I've got a blood sugar reader on, and I wear one. I used to wear one twice a year, and I'm now wearing it like once a month because I'm just looking and watching how my food combinations are. It just keeps me in check. So it's the greatest measurement. It's better than the scale. It's better than counting calories. It's a measurement of real-time action of what my food is doing to my blood sugar. So, and I think blood sugar has gotten a lot of attention, which is great. I think we are hearing this more and more. You can go and listen to the podcast interview I did with the Glucos goddess, and she has brought so many of this message to so many of us in a brilliant way. So there's a lot of people saying this, which is why it had to be the first foundational rule was I want to get you off calories. I talked about it in Fast Like a Girl. I was like, I want to get you all off this. But I understand that if you've been a calorie counter for a large part of your life, it's scary because calories was control. And so now what I want you to do is if you're going to want to have some control over your food, have control over your blood sugar. And again, we will put links to my favorite blood sugar reader in this. And if you want to know more about all the nuance around blood sugar, please message us and let us know. And maybe I'll just do a whole solo podcast just on all the ways you can analyze your blood sugar. But foundational principle number 1 is pay attention to your blood sugar. Your blood sugar matters, calories don't. Okay. Principle number 2 of the foundational 5 is eat nature's food, not human-made food. So this is another one that's not necessarily unique, but it's mandatory. Just like when I went to go write Eat Like a Girl, I was like, we have to get some of the old thinking out of your brain, but I can't just tell you this is bad. I want to replace it with some new thinking. So if you want to control something, control blood sugar. If you are tired of counting carbohydrates, which a lot of us are, or counting protein,